then joke stories. Checkpoint, highly contextual. Checkpoint, contextual. Highly visual. Checkpoint, contextual. Checkpoint, sarcastic. So it's more simplified. So if you would like your audience to recall, what did you say? What are the 3 points you said? I think they will remember this better with this kind of layout. So simpler, the better. The simpler, the better in slide presentation. As a presenter, you can use art to help convey your message. People are attracted with colors. Your audience will like a pop of color once in a while. So you have to study color combination also. Okay, just like this visual. So if you're teaching math, for example, or you're presenting a graph, maybe it helps if you use colors that can help them associate the discussion with the colors that you are using in the visual. Okay, all right. Next tip, maintain your sense of humor. You should be yourself still. You should not transform into a different person just because you are the presenter or you are the lecturer. Be yourself. Be your authentic self, because parang your content shines better if you are yourself. So if you're humorous, if you're funny, don't be afraid to be funny. But if you're serious, don't try hard to crack a joke. You will shine on your own nature. Okay, so just chill, just be yourself. That's the message that I'd like to convey here. So if you're someone who is into music, probably you can inject it in your presentation. Your examples are bands, etc., etc. Okay, so don't be a different person. Be yourself. Make understandable labels for charts and graphs. So don't forget to label your tables or your charts. It should still be relatable to the audience. Your audience will absorb everything that you will say. From the video clip I showed you, the audience obviously are clueless of what is happening, what is discussed. You can see it on their facial expression. They could not make associations of the relationship of what is said by the lecturer and the visuals. So hopefully you'll take that down. Don't overwhelm them and then label properly. Your slide will match what you are saying, because any visual aids purpose is to aid the discussion, whatever is said by the speaker. Okay, dapat nagsisynchronize. What is said, what is highlighted, should be presented is what the visuals is saying. Use high contrast between backgrounds and text color. Why do you need to have contrast of colors? So for example, the green here and the black, not really so good contrast, but the white and the green are good contrasting colors here, right? So that's what we mean. So that your text will pop out from its background, it's clearer, it's nicer to the view of your audience. That's why you need to have a high contrast, just like the contrast of the white and the red here. So you have to study color contrast. You can look at the color wheel in order to see the contrast, or what are the good contrasting colors. So the black and white are good contrast. However, the black and white presentation may be not so good for the eyes of your audience because it's too bright. The white background is too bright. So you have to probably use instead gray, the gray instead of really white. Okay. Then good with fashion, with like you wear a green tank top, green pants, and then flesh shoes, and then brown leather wristwatch. That would be good, diba? Kasi there's like an elevated social feel on your fashion. But here in the presentation, it's not going to work that much. Looking at the color wheel, the purple here, the opposite of purple is yellow. So the contrasts are actually yellow and purple, not purple and green. That's why it did not work in that slide, because you are not choosing the correct contrasting colors. Okay, all right. Ayan. It's not working. Just like this also, so it does not follow the idea of contrast at all. They are all fading colors. So over white, it does not help. Okay, next. Check the spelling and the grammar in the presentation. We are not perfect, definitely, but knowing that we are not perfect, then there's more reason to counter, to recheck thrice or 4 times the presentation, most especially if it's an important presentation. Like what at stake is being hired in a job or probably getting the project, okay, for the company. So the more that you should review what you present. Okay, all right. Then, yes. Now you know how to avoid death by PowerPoint. Normally, students, based on observation in the past, like during the F2F, of course, it's scary to be talking in front of the class with your professor and your classmates, especially if you are more of an introvert than an extrovert. So when students are asked to present something like a short report or a topic report, they end up reading everything on their slide, on their presentation. Maybe they are afraid to make a mistake, or probably they are intimidated to look at the eye of their audience. They are more nervous if they look at the face of their classmate or their crush. So instead, they are fixed to what their PowerPoint is saying, which should not be. Why? Because your slide presentation or your PowerPoint presentation is there not for reading. It is there just to serve as an aid so that your audience or the viewers can follow the discussion. It is still you who will have to discuss. So my tip for those who will be presenting probably a report in the future, well, this is the next task to prepare a video presentation. You are talking while you are presenting a video presentation. Maybe you have to own the narration. Maybe you have to own the story so that it's not difficult for you to narrate everything. So simplify the idea, then inject your own observation and examples so that it's not difficult for you to elaborate. Okay, so if there is a need for you to define, then probably you can place the definition in the slide. After the definition, inject your own observation, inject your own illustration so that it's easy for you to explain and discuss further. Okay, and that you own the narration and the story. Because if you won't, if you will stick to the old style of using and presenting, then you will kill your audience via your presentation or your PowerPoint. So I said it's going to be short. So I'm done with this very short discussion. Now let's talk about your question. I'll read some comments here. Okay, Venice. Buggy. Okay. User-friendly, easier to navigate. I don't know if you're referring to Canva, but I think yes, you'll find it easier. But the old people, I don't know if they will also have the same opinion regarding Canva. But when how did I hear about Canva? Am I still sharing screen? Di na, no? I think I saw some student leaders using Canva, and then I got curious about it. So I start discovering Canva and then realize, oh, it's easy to do Canva after all. And then the effects are amazing. If you have a premium account in Canva, then everything is really easy to do, certificates, visual aids, etc. But of course, as I said, there are also downsides. So you have to be prepared with the downside. But you can still make use of the designs of Canva. You just download it as PDF or an image version and then clip it in your PowerPoint presentation so that it's not going to be consuming so much bandwidth if you present it via Zoom. So you can strategize after all. So yes, I agree. It's you can easily navigate it. Tapos, for Bill, he says, it will only deflect to sheer overwhelming laxity when presenting. Right. Unkempt to view improper. Oo, right. So you don't achieve the target if you actually are, you yourself distracts your own audience. Channeling the eminent maxim, one word is enough for a wise man, perhaps into some ravine stretch of imagination, is also applicable there too. Yes, yes, Bill. Simple presentation is enough for a learned with withstanding exhortation of the presentation thereof. Oo nga naman. The simpler, the better, the faster the understanding. So it's more your story that will beef up the slide, not the slide beefing up your story. The ingenuity of the presenter must always upheld, for the presentation of the presenter will not applaud in negative remarks. Thus, will be needless to applaud, being inauditably notable. Right. I'm sorry, late. Mandela Santi. Okay. Questions and clarifications, if there are. You want to ask question? You want to ask, class? Are there questions? None? Okay, wala naman daw. Okay. So in relation to this, wala naman ano? Walang tanong. Surprisingly. Walang tanong. Just open our canvas. In relation to this, the deadline will be January when we go back here. We go back after the Christmas vacation. So that's module 3. I'm going to open it today. You are tasked to prepare a presentation for the text that I will be providing. And then you will use any presentation tools that I introduce. So you can use PowerPoint or Canva if you like. Apply the basic steps and strategies in creating a presentation. So the title of the essay that you will base your slide presentation will be Successful Work and Life Integration. So you have to read first that article. After reading that article, you will prepare your presentation via a slide presentation. So you can use Google Slides, you can use PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, you can use Canva if you like. After that, here are the guidelines for the entire activity. 1, create a presentation and limit it to a maximum of 15 slides only. So 15 will do. It should not be long presentation. After the discussed principles when preparing apply the discussed principles when preparing a slide presentation. Okay? So be careful or pay attention to the font size, the font color, the simplicity of the slides. May tanong doon. Ano yung tanong? What was the question? Ma'am, naka-unshare po ata kayo. Oo, naka-unshare talaga. I'm reading everything through my phone. You can see the whole prompt after the class. Number 3, add an audio narration or record yourself discussing an essay with your slides. Make sure that your video will not exceed 5 minutes. The time limit will be strictly implemented. So 5-minute video lamang po ito. So I know that, I don't know if all of you know how to record yourself in Zoom while presenting, but you can also use the advanced setting of Zoom here, where you can use your slide as your background and you will be seen somewhere below in the background. You want me to try it? Sige, let's try it. Wait. Kailangan naka-download. Hindi pala pwede. Slide as virtual background. Sige. Let's try. I will just use any of my slide presentation here. PCOMM. Let's say here, this presentation. Grant access. Wait. Okay, so in this presentation, like for example, you want to record yourself using Zoom, and then you don't want to see yourself like one small box above. So you can use the advanced setting of Zoom, and then you click recording. So you will be somewhere here below. So if you're someone who's fond of, using your hands to highlight something above you, like when you're creating a TikTok, like you point above you to highlight something, then you can do that also. Yeah, someone is asking, what is it? What's the question? Someone is raising hand. Who was it? Yes? Wala na. Wala na. Okay. So you can apply this. Where did I go? I click share screen. Instead of the basic, I clicked advanced, and then I clicked slides as virtual background. Okay, and then share your slide presentation. And then that's how you will look. Okay. Then you are required to wear presentable attire as you record your discussion. So you will make effort in making forma for this presentation. Your discussion will be in English. So you have to deliver everything in English. Your examples, your elaborations will be in English. Then I'm looking forward for a more spontaneous discussion, like you are not going to read everything that you will say, so that you will also force yourself to be more natural when presenting. So everything is just like practice of the zone activities in your other subjects during reporting, perhaps. The criteria in the evaluation: 1, effective slide presentation is 10 points, and then clarity of the discussion is also 10 points. 7, any violation in the set guidelines will be given 2 points discussion. So if you are over 5 minutes, 2 points discussion. So if there is a violation in the font style or the technicality of your background in the text color, -2. Then lastly, submit the video link or the video uploaded in Canva during the first day as we go back in class, during our first synchronous class. Okay? All right, I'll stop my sharing. Clarifications, questions? None so far, class? Okay, so I bid you farewell then. Last instruction, although I'm going to say it also in the announcement, I will give you liberty to choose 2 other members from the class. Meaning, one group in the research proposal has to have 3 members. 3 members. But if you want to work alone, you just have to notify me, ma'am, I am working alone in this proposal. Okay? All right. Hopefully, no one will be left behind, most especially the irregular students coming from different courses. Okay? Not from APL. So please also include them in the grouping. Have concern with your classmates also. So next week will be consultation time, where you will be submitting to me the list of groupings. So I will be creating a tab where you will be posting the names of the group members in your group. Then the title, the proposed titles, plural, titles of your research proposal related to your field, political science or legal management. It's up to you. Whatever the majors are here. I think Legma, AB English, and then Pol Sci are here in this class. So related to your field, so it's easy for you to discuss once it is under your interest or is in your interest. Okay, all right. Then what else? So that will be next week. So if you want to have consultation immediately after by group, the consultation will be by group. So you will have to message me, ma'am, during our class on Friday, may we have a short consultation with you. Okay, so you will just have to message me by group so that during the vacation, you can manage your own schedule. You can start reading materials related to your approved topic. Why do I require you to propose more than one topic? Because you are not yet certain if that one topic you will propose is immediately approved. I might disapprove it. So the more topics, the better. Okay? So topic or research title for your research proposal. So if you're 3, maybe you can require your members to have at least 1 or 2 topics to propose. And then you will post it in the tab that I will create. Is that clear, APL?
Clear po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Opo, Akila. Baka nasa bus na si Akila, magde-deliver na ng goods.
Wala pa po, ma'am.
Pupunta kayong Antipolo. Is that going to Antipolo?
Sa may San Juan po.
Fine. So it's a different area. Okay, sige. Okay, anyway, class. So this is the end of our synchronous session for the year. It's nice. I can't hear you, Akila. Sorry. Akila, we can't, it's not clear. Maybe the internet in San Beda is really bad. Okay. So there are clarifications. You can just message me. Wait for my announcement regarding what I announced today. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye and have a happy Merry Christmas. Bye.
Merry Christmas, ma'am.
Thank you po.
Thank you po. Merry Christmas po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Miss Gomez. Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Recording stopped.